welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. All that and more coming up next.
After hundreds of battles throughout the season, we finally determine a champion tonight, as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings you the biggest game of them all, the Super Bowl. Tonight, with a hallowed Lombardi trophy in the building, it's a battle to raise it at midfield between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
A counter give here to Pacheco. And they had that one contained right at the line. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
That counter could never get started. Good chance someone on that line telegraphed that play because the defense was all over it. Fortunate just to make it back to the line of scrimmage.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep them short of the sticks.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. That's caught for the first. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and come right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got his man, that's Travis Kelce. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Zach Bond with the tackle. They pick up a single yard, still well behind the sticks for this 3rd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
The Chiefs looking to punt on fourth down, so on comes Matt Araiza to handle it. And it's out of bounds without a whole lot of room for air. He hit it well. They're saying it's out at the 4. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
As you're running onto the field with this kind of field position as a quarterback, you're reminded yourself and your huddle, hey, let's be disciplined. Got to be on the details here. Got to take care of the football. And also encourage them and let them know that script you've been working on all week, well, there's a lot of field and there's a lot of plays ahead of them to go and put a score on the board.
Right to the air, it's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. On the move, headed right. He's running for it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Motion man right is Smith. First down, a run with Barkley. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That pass complete to Goddard. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Flushed out of the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting, right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Hurts now from the gun. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. That's the end of one here in Super Bowl 59. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to New Orleans right after this. Now on fourth down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And they'll be backed up to begin this drive. Great work by the punt team, downing it at the 7. Now for the second time, we get a look at this Kansas City offense. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes now. Short pass brought in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 35 out of that one. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Hopkins put in motion left. A 2nd down run by Pacheco. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Just a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Right back to Pacheco. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. Now a pass play. Here's Mahomes. Rice pulls it in along the sideline. And he goes out a little short of the 40. Third and 4 coming up now. Here's Mahomes. Completes beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
A 1st down carry for Pacheco. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Milton Williams making the stop. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 27. Completes this one to Rice. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Picked off by Nakobe Dean. And the Eagles take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
What you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. From the 29. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. From the pistol, Hurts. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st down throwing for Hurts. Completes this one to Jahan Dotson. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Hurts throwing again. He's on the move. He's running with it. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Hurts. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Back to throw, Hurts. The throw is caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. And no one had a shot at that. It's at the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Here's Hurts. And he scores! It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles take the lead just before halftime. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast, trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Back to throw it. As the open man downfield. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they must really trusted this guy's range. He's out for what would be a very long field goal. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. This will not connect. Not enough leg and too far left as well. And the deficit stays at 7. So we have reached halftime in Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you two in just a moment. These two teams heading out of the tunnel, and we're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Final halftime adjustments of the season are out of the way. It's time to put them into action here. Quarter 3 of the Super Bowl is underway. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Philadelphia has its offense out to start this third quarter. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Hauled in by Gunner, left side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Hurts setting up to throw. Buying some time right. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Gonna go with Barkley on the counter. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing from the gun. Goddard makes the catch. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. On first down, Hurts has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 21. Flushed out of the pocket. He's keeping it. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
You know, before the snap, you know, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles double their lead to 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. The Chiefs offense set to take over again. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a one-score game. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Running up the middle, Pacheco. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Zach Bond with the tackle.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. He throws a bullet down the left side. He's got it inside the 25. It's a full 40 yards on the play, Brock, and a new set of downs.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Throw left side, complete. It's inside the 10. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Throwing again, Mahomes. Cutting near the goal line. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Pacheco. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only a yard on the play, and that takes us to the end of quarter number 3. So we're winding down to the end of the 2024 season. That's the end of 3 in Super Bowl 59. The Chiefs have it, and hopefully have some points too, ready to salvage their title hopes. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. And he's gonna score, touchdown Kansas City! The Chiefs now within 1 score in the 4th. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown! All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Here are the Chiefs facing a massive 2-point try.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Mahomes throwing for 2. Flush down out to it. And he'll get into the end zone to make this a one-score game in the fourth quarter. Ooh, you could feel the greater sense of urgency from him there, Brock. Trailing on the scoreboard, and he took the initiative to convert that two-point try.
Yeah, you always need your quarterback to be able to manufacture points, but especially when you're down. He's got the license to improvise anytime. And what a confidence builder to everyone around him when your QB can make something out of nothing.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up. So we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Caught quickly on the slant. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see? I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. The Chiefs get to him, and he's dropped. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs. But not this time. Great pursuit. Great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Extra man in the secondary now for the Chiefs on 3rd down. Hurts now from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st down throwing for Hurts. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. He tucks it and takes off. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him, calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Motioning left is their running back. First down from the red zone. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Running right, it's Barkley. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. He'll throw it. Flushed out of the pocket. And they take this in for the score. The Eagles go up by 12 in the 4th. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Bradford with the option. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Well, I know we normally look for where the breakdown occurred here, partner, but I think he just made a really good play defensively to get back there.
Yeah, you're not just thinking. He absolutely did it. That defender was reacting. Go shoot your shot. And that is teaching tape for that.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Man in motion here. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Hauled in by Worthy. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down. Offense up to the line fast. Mahomes on 1st and 10. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he gets a gain of 9, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 42. Dumps it off to his running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Looking to throw it. This one's to Rice out on the right side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. to work as quick as you can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's first down. Another throw for Mahomes. Has his man. It's Pacheco. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. And a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Back to the air, Mahomes. That one complete to Hopkins. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open to short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
He brings it in. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's second. Still one more in their pocket to use. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Tight end going in motion here. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all, at this point, expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs trim the deficit down to 5. Down inside 30 seconds now. Their hopes resting on finding a way to get this football. And the Eagles are able to recover. And that should just about do it for us here. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And he's impressed beyond his work as a passer partner. He's been more than willing to run with it when the opportunity has presented itself. And I don't think they care how he does it, right? Just keep on moving that offense the way he's been doing. Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on 1st down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. The Eagles take a knee. They're going to let the seconds tick away in this win.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. And the birthplace of America sure is going to be rocking again tonight. The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. And I think it's still sinking in at different points for each player, Brock. Look at these shots. These guys have reached the crowning achievement for anyone who steps foot onto the gridiron as kids. Champions now, every one of them.
And it is something, Kate, they can never, ever have taken from them. I think you and I have come across many Super Bowl champions in both this game and in champs in other sports, right?
Yeah,
and you hear the same message. This is something that was so hard to achieve, and it's something that nobody, not time, will ever take from them. What a moment.